Welcome to the midweek edition of the King Mo Show. I just want to warn you from the get-go. This is going to be a long episode because there's a whole production leading up to what I'm about to taste. So a week ago, I decided I really wanted pierogies. I didn't want to get pierogies from the grocery store, the frozen ones. I wanted pierogies. So I am going to drive up to Cleveland after work on Thursday night. Solid plan. You can drive up to Cleveland, go to the West Side Market, get pierogies, come home. Easy peasy. So I go to work all day, excited about going to Cleveland. Yes, I said excited to go to Cleveland to get pierogies. They're different things. Anyways, so I'm driving up, I come through Columbus, and then I'm heading north, and I'm thinking, I am really hungry. I'm not going to be able to make it to Cleveland without eating. And by the time I get to Cleveland, restaurants will be closed. It's just not going to work out. So I'm driving along the highway, and I'm thinking, where am I going to stop to get some food? Taco Bell. I see a Taco Bell in Marengo. It's fun to say it. You should say it too. Marengo, Ohio. So I get off the exit and I go to the BP/Taco Bell and I order some food. And then while I'm waiting for the Taco Bell to make my food, I walk through the convenience mart to see if there's anything interesting, and I see something interesting. So I go and I buy it. But we're not going to talk about that yet. I get my snack, which will come up later, get my snack, and then they call my name at Taco Bell, and yes, they said King, order for King. So I get my order, and I go out. It's kind of nice outside, so I'm going to just eat outside at the little picnic bench they have there. I'm opening up my Taco Bell order. Starts to drizzle. Like, okay, I'm just gonna go in my car. I'm gonna sit in my car and I'm gonna eat. So I eat my food, finish my food, I start my car. My car doesn't start. It all lights up and everything, but it won't start. So I'm looking at the instrument panel and all the lights going off every which way and everything. And I'm like, oh, okay, the key fob battery thing, yeah, it's right there. It's indicating my key fob is dead. So, all right, I get out my instruction book from my car and I read through that. Then I go on the internet and I read through that and say, yes, my key fob is dead. How do you start the car with a dead key fob? And it tells you in the book, it tells you on the internet, and I try all these different things. My car won't start. So I'm like, all right, let's just go get a new battery. And that's going to make everything better. I'm going to get a new battery for the key fob, and I'm going to make everything better. So I go back into the BP, and I ask them, do they have batteries? And they say yes, and they point me into the direction. And they have all your standard batteries, your AA's, AAA's. So they had like a CR32 something. They did not have the battery that I need, the little button, whatever, remote type battery. So I'm like, okay, where else can I find this? Across the street from my gas station, my BP is a Marathon. So I'm like, okay, I'm just gonna go, I'm gonna cross the street. Mind you, it's raining. So I get my umbrella. It's only sprinkling. It's not really raining that hard. I get my umbrella, I cross the street, and I go to Marathon, and I'm looking around. I don't feel like trying to search through the whole store, so I just wait in line to ask the attendant, hey, do you sell batteries? I get there. He says, how can I help you? I say, do you sell batteries? And he says, no. And then the clouds open, huge thunderstorm. It is pouring down rain. And it's nighttime now. So it's like 8 o'clock. It's dark. Well, actually, the sun shouldn't have set then, but it's just dark. And you look outside, and the wind is howling, torrential rain, and I'm like, okay, where could I possibly get a battery? And they suggest I go over to Pilot. It's a truck stop. They'll have it. Pilot is half a mile away, and I have to walk along this 4-lane road. I have to walk over the highway, over 71, pouring down rain. Did I mention when I got to Marathon, I tried to close the umbrella and it wouldn't close? Just thought I'd throw that in there. So I'm going, I don't know about this. And I'm at the gas station. I'm not sure what I'm going to do. And I look over, there's some guy just standing around. He doesn't want to go back out in the rain. And I approach him. He's probably 25 to 35 years old. And I got to really, this is going to sound like a strange question. He goes, let me hear it. And I say, hey, when the rain lets up and you're ready to go out, will you give me a ride over to the Pilot gas station? I need a battery for my key fob. He looks at me and he goes, sure. At that point, I figure I'm probably just going to get killed, and that's the end of me. Rain lets up a little, well, oh, I almost forgot. He asks if he can, and this is, if you think this through, this will be scary. He asks if my phone has a weather radar with like really good resolution. I'm like, well, yeah. So I call it up. I'm looking at the radar to say, oh, we're here, the storm's here, it's coming through. It's like half an hour before it's going to get past us. No. He's looking and he's expanding the screen and looking all around. He's looking for tornado signs. He goes, yeah, that one right there, that looks like it's a potential tornado coming. I'm like, what? No. I don't want a tornado. I just want a battery. And well, of course, if a tornado came through, I don't need the battery. Storm lets up a little bit. He gives me a ride over to the Pilot gas station. I'm like, thank you so much. Is there anything I can do for you? Can I give you $5-10? He's like, can you give me an orange juice? I'm like, an orange juice? He says, yeah, an orange juice. I'm like, oh, okay, that's an easy ask. I go into the store. I look at the batteries there. They do not have the battery that I need. I buy him an orange juice and I come out and I go, I got you the orange juice. Can I ask another favor? He says, sure. I'm like, can you give me a ride back over to where my car is? He goes, not a problem. So we're leaving the Pilot station and I notice there's a brand new Sheetz over there, like on the other side of the road. I'm like, hey, can we check Sheetz real quick? He goes, sure, why not? He pulls in, I run in, it's a brand new Sheetz. I ask them, do you sell batteries? And they're like, I don't know, because everyone's new there. They don't know what they actually sell. So I go and I roam through the store and I find that they do sell the battery and they have the kind I have, kind I need. I come back out, the guy gives me a ride back to my car and I'm like, sweet, thank you so much. I keep thanking him. I'm just like super happy at this point in time. So I go back to my car, it's nighttime, and I've got to try to replace the battery in my fob. Okay, so I'm trying to replace my battery in the fob. It's nighttime, can't see, so I'm going, okay, I will go into Taco Bell and I will sit at one of their tables and open it up and work on it. I mean, okay, that's gonna be my plan. So I go, the doors to Taco Bell are locked, they're closed. So I have to go into the main portion of the convenience center to try to do this. There's nowhere to work on this. I open up the instruction books and it says to get a screwdriver, blah, 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 to try to pry it open. I don't have a screwdriver. So I try to use my car key. My car key's too big. Then I find my house key, and it's just big enough, and I'm trying to do it. I'm trying not to break my key fob. Finally, I get it all done. I get it apart. I replace it. I'm happy. The people in the store already know what's going on because they're laughing about me because I've spent so much time there and I've been talking to them. Also, I couldn't get the batteries open, so I had to go up and I had to ask them for scissors or a knife to cut them open. So we're bonding. We're bonding at this point with the gas station people. Go out to the car. I'm all excited. I try to start it with the new battery in my key fob. It doesn't start. It does not start. I also noticed that other things aren't working correctly. And I'm like, crap, my battery's dead. I need to jump my car. At this point, I realize I have a set of jumper cables. They are in my other car. I go back into the BP gas station and I say, hey, do you guys sell jumper cables? Their answer, no. I cross the street and I go to the Marathon. Do you sell jumper cables? No. All right, at this point, I've got to go back across the highway to either Pilot or Sheets to try to get jumper cables. This is about half a mile away. It's not raining at this point in time, but it's nighttime and I'm walking along the highways there. When a tractor trailer is turning around you, making a bend, coming off of the highway, that is really scary. Like I have utmost confidence that the front end of the tractor is not going to hit me, but I'm just watching the trailer portion come at me and I'm like, ooh, this is not good at all. This is not good. But I make it across the highway and I figure Sheets has done me right. I'm going to go to Sheets again. I went to Sheets and I said, do you sell jumper cables? And they said, I don't know. So I went around and looked and I found them. They had 2 sets. Now they only have 1 set because I bought it. Then I had to walk the half mile back. Now I'm back at my car. Now I have to convince total strangers the middle of the night, okay, 9:30, 10 o'clock at night, to help me jump my car. I've left out the whole part about when I realized BP didn't have jumper cables for sale, when I was just going up to strangers at the gas pump asking them. And no one had the jumper cables. One guy did have like a boost box, but the battery was dead on that, so it didn't work. Anyways, I'm back. I've got the jumper cables, and I ask someone, and they say yes. They say not a problem. We do the first shot. I spark off a bunch of things because I'm just nervous about doing this. But the first shot, it doesn't work. So he has his car running. I have mine idle, just sitting there. We give it another shot and it starts. And I'm just like, I'm ecstatic because I kept going through my head, what am I going to do at the middle of the night? I can't go somewhere to get a battery. I had asked, some of the gas station attendants, what's around here? They're like, nothing. There's nothing around here. So at this point, I'm ecstatic. I offer to pay for the guy's gas. I, offer him money and everything. And he was just like, no, just pay it forward somehow, some way. And I'm like, that's amazing. So for the travelers through Marengo, for Danielle at the BP, thank you so much for all of your kindness as I struggled on my efforts to get pierogies. Okay, so now to what I really wanted to buy, the potato chips. And I was walking through, I saw Conn's potato chips. Don't know if I've had them before, but it just seemed different to me. And they had Hawaiian sweet onion. I'm like, I want to try these. So I get my bag of Hawaiian sweet onion. I go to check out, And the attendant there, Danielle, was like, hey, have you ever had their cinnamon and sugar? You should get that. It's really good. I go back and I get that one too, because I'm like, I'm all about trying it. So then I have my, yeah, that says sweet mesquite barbecue. I grabbed the wrong bag. Instead of Hawaiian sweet onion, I got sweet mesquite barbecue. So I kind of messed up on that one, but cheers. Okay, it's not what I wanted to buy, but the sweet mesquite is really good. It's got a great amount of sweetness, not too sweet, and it's got the smoky mesquite flavors to this. Yeah, these are definitely good. Not sweet Hawaiian onion, but still good. So let's go for Conn's. And it's very well packed with air, so this shouldn't be crushed. Cinnamon and sugar. I don't know if I've had a cinnamon and sugar potato chip before. I've had cinnamon and sugar, like tortilla chips, no, pita chips. So, cheers. The cinnamon and sugar is good. I'm not sure if I would get them again, or maybe it's just because I had the sweet mesquite beforehand. They're good. It's a unique flavor. I just need to check this again because I feel like I'm looking at the ingredients. Yep. So it does have the salt, and I do like salt and sweet, but I think the cinnamon also is throwing it off a little bit. It's good. I think I would dial back the salt a little bit on it. Both chips are really good. This one is the winner of the, there doesn't need to be a winner. If I was going through there again, I would make sure that I got the Hawaiian sweet onion as opposed to these, but I would get another bag of these because these were pretty good. So, in summary, make sure you have jumper cables. Make sure you have a booster box or booster battery, whatever they're called. The people in Marengo and the people traveling through Marengo are really nice. Conn's out of Zanesville, they put out some good potato chips. And I think that's about it. I hope you listened through this whole story. I hope you found this amusing. Like this, share this, subscribe.